Hello and welcome to this week's Magic Words for Parents. I am Karen Locke-Culp. I am the host of the We Turned Out Okay podcast and the creator of the We Turned Out Okay website, Ninja Parenting Community, lots of other cool stuff. And I've got years of experience working with young children, working with their parents, and I have a master's degree in early childhood education. I've got a lot of I'm an expert in child development. I've got a lot of great ways to help you help your child and enjoy family time with your kids as well. And that's really what this video is about. Although this is a little bit of a different Magic Words for Parents. I wanted to bring you something to help when your child is running into the street, or chasing a ball, or running through a parking lot, something like that. This is a scary thing that a lot of us, experience with our littles, and it can feel like we've got no way to stop it. And so I've actually got one word that you can use to stop this, but there is a mindset. Before we get to the word, I am asking you to think on like all of your interactions with your young child. And I always say this: I'm not intending or expecting that you are going to all of a sudden like make everything perfect. I still screw up in terms of my parenting, right? Like, we can't always be in the moment, the Mary Poppins figure doing everything exactly right. And I think that can hold up a lot of us in terms of like, well, I'll never get this right. Like, and so I think the first thing I'm going to ask you to do today, before I even share the magic word, is to try and reframe your interactions in general with your young child, so that you're not worrying. I don't want you to worry about every little thing that you do or say, because the thing about this one word is it's most effective in a certain when we're using a certain tone. And the only time we ever want to use this particular tone is when our child is doing something dangerous. And that can be really hard for parents to kind of wrap their minds around. So I want to introduce it like that. And I just want to say that I'm trying to think, what did I want to say next? So I want to say that there's a lot about like, really, I guess what I wanted to do next is get into how this should be spoken, this one word, when your child's in a dangerous situation, and how the other interactions you have with your child should be spoken. So in general, I, like lots of parents, do more yelling than I should. And when they were younger, or I did, I guess. I mean, I still do more yelling than I should. I shouldn't be yelling at all, except in a dangerous situation. But sometimes that's hard to remember in the moment. So what I'm asking you to do today is to think on how the other interactions with your child, the volume at which they take place, and the tone of your voice. So if your child hears you sounding for every moment of the day, or a lot of moments, like it is a 4-alarm fire, if they drop something and we get overwhelmed and shout at them, if they are whining and you've just had enough of the whining and you get overwhelmed and you shout at them, if it's time for them to come to dinner or come to bed or come to the bath or come to the doctor or get in the car, all those times, if we yell at our kids in those times consistently, they're going to stop hearing the yelling. Like, that's really what I want to get across. They won't hear us when it's most critically important for them to hear us. It is most critically important for them to hear us when they're about to do something dangerous. Run into the road, run in a parking lot, run away from you in a crowded street or mall or something like that. If we shout, if we use this one word at the top of our voice only in a dangerous situation, that we have a much, much better chance of our child going, "Oh, they never sound like that." And they stop because they don't hear that tone from you all the time. So thinking about using our voices to communicate, like when something's really serious and really, really, really important. That's what I want to get across to you today. And the other time, so if I'm angry, I teach this, I use this in school. I do find it sometimes a challenge to use it at home because kids have this way, right, of pushing our buttons. But I teach, and I try to myself have my voice get quieter in other situations when I'm not angry, I'm sorry, when I'm angry maybe, but I am not, they're not in a dangerous or threatening situation. The only time I tried to raise my voice when my kids were small was when I needed to stop them immediately from walking into the swimming pool or from falling. I don't know. I can't think of any other ones. Running into the street, chasing a ball, stuff like that. But I guess before we get to the word, the tone is wicked important. The tone of all the, most anyway, of your other interactions needs to be quieter when you're angry and of a normal volume when you're not. And I hope you're not sort of going, oh my gosh, that could never be me. Because I'm here to tell you it can. I used to do way too much yelling and I don't anymore. And you can always change. You can make a change starting right now. You can basically say, okay, if this is what could stop my child from hearing me in a serious, dangerous situation, I've got to do something about this now. And so that's what I'm asking you to do, okay? And so this is the only time you're allowed to yell, what I'm going to tell you right now. So the magic word is a very simple word. I've got two choices. I prefer stop. My magic word is stop. So if a child is doing something, riding a bike into the road or running in a parking lot or whatever, in my most urgent, loudest voice, I yell, stop! And I use their name as well. So you can say stop and then your child's name, something where they have the chance to go, oh, like she never sounds like that, he never sounds like that. And it stops them and it makes them kind of look around, right? That's what you need to do in this moment. The other word that you can use is no. So you can either of those words will work. I prefer stop because it's not as negative. It's like it's telling them what to do, and the word no just it doesn't tell them what to do. It's just a no. And of course a kid will react to the word no, which is why I think it's effective here, but stop is the one that I prefer. So stop in their name, or just stop. If you can't even remember about using the name, just the word stop will do it. So that is today's magic words for parents. I have a couple of things to say, program notes. First of all, the magic words for parents, this is the last one until September the 10th, because magic words for parents is going on vacation. I really want to help you guys. I want to model for you watching what I think is really important. One thing I think is really important is that we all need a break. We all need a vacation. We all need times when we can pull back and regroup. I'm looking forward to sometime in these next weeks having an entire week, maybe 10 days even, where we're going to be in a place where I don't even get cell service. I mean, that to me is really, really exciting. We need that time. And so I'm going to model that for you. And you've got 14, this one and 13 other Magic Words for Parents videos to watch. You've got the entire back catalog of We Turned Out Okay, the podcast, which is located at WeTurnedOutOK.com. That is 237 episodes this week. So I feel sure that somewhere in there is going to be some good advice for you while you're missing your Magic Words for Parents videos. And the last place I wanted to remind you to check up is patreon.com/WeTurnedOutOK, where I do extra Magic Words for Parents videos for subscribers every single month. The most recent one I did was what to tell your bossy kid, magic words for when you have a bossy kid and you want to stop them being bossy. So please forgive, this is a little longer than my usual magic words for parents, but I wanted to make sure I got in all this good information for you. And that last is patreon.com/WeTurnedOutOK. Patreon is spelled Patreon.com. And I'm going to put links to all these in the notes for you. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope that this has been helpful for you. And I will see you soon. All right, bye.